that's fine. Yeah. All right. Well, we hop into the game. Do you agree with the panel that?
I think the Terrorblade Dazzle was a very scary duo. I mean, that right-wing farm on their cores, they're generally very happy.
Fade getting that movement speed thanks to his spirit. Look at him go. The briefcase going right into Crit. Crit has shards. He won't shard himself up, but the stop is going to be there.
Batting Rune 2.
Oh, they're going to actually rotate around here for Misery. There is laser available, and Fade will back it off.
Yep. Level 1 Tusk, no snowball yet. Bit of breath on when that might happen here. Casket bottom, bouncing between two nicely. 18 wanted to go for the stomp. He's going to get pulled back in by the charge. The stomp going to hit a couple here, but it's a snowball dodge. Crit making the plays there, saving what would have been a very bad situation if he didn't dodge that stomp. They would have hit at least 2, and now they may be able to get a follow-up kill here. Iron Shard's in a couple of seconds, but he's going to tango back to the tower, which will get him back to safety. Potential stop though, maybe they chased a bit too far. Crit will have a snowball here, but doesn't look like he's going to need it, nor will he want to necessarily go aggressive yet, but with a cast he might do so. Nice bounce between the two, he gets another kill, it bounces back still. Reflection coming out as well, great play from the support duo of VG, but Crit could be still going down. One more right click, he salves! He stays alive with the salve. Really nicely done.
A very different look from the two EG.
Away. Meanwhile, top lane though, TB trapped inside, needs to be careful, has a reflection, but he's going to be brought down again. EG support, setting up kills.
And it looks like we are going to see a lane switch. Dragon Knight now ports to the top lane.
Mid lane. Rotation from Tiny. Fear has Spirit Side, but he gets out too though, so looking like he'll be okay here, and he's... Oh no, regen on the Tiny, that's Fear who will be forced back either to Shrine or... He's in mid as well, so a gank mid actually finds the Terrorblade. Potentially a bigger kill than the DK anyways, the hero you want to be shutting down. He already has been shut down, but
yes,
shut him down further.
Terrorblade does have a 17 charge magic wand, so I think that might give him enough time to get some TP support, but we'll see.
No, there's a lot of damage here. Fear not even needing the ultimate. They've got Maledict and everything. He gets annihilated as AO TP's in. Didn't actually have any points in the grave anyways.
He just got completely changed on Misery, really microing that cast farm for Freeze's farm. I think Terrorblade...
So Chronosphere bottom, Sumail's going to go for it with a level 2 Maledict. Believe they've got the damage, he has got a wand, he's going to need to pop that for some heal. Yang, does he go for it yet? Pops it, now he's still ticking, and that Maledict will finish him off. Yang should be dead here, he dies, and great play from EG again.
I think if he tread swap and then pop the wands, it might have been close. It's hard. Sumail tossed back into a stun. Do they have enough damage? Not close. Sumail's gonna just jump away.
They're still chasing. Sylar wants to tip at this tower, it looks like, but that Chronosphere, EG are gonna
through though. He could clip behind the tower and maybe toss Sumail into Sylar, but again, that cask is right there waiting.
Yep, and EG just scanned them. Mid lane, meanwhile, Fear popped the exit. He knows that VGJ are focusing on this bottom lane, so he's going to make sure they get a tower themselves. Sumail says, get me out, but Yang invised up. Does he go for this kill? The toss back?
Oh, out of range.
Went for the turn, but yep, was out of range. Like you say, the DK was just not quite close enough for it.
Mid lane, the clap is going to slow down.
Which obviously was something Misery did not expect. He thought they had left that lane. And speaking of leaving lanes, Boots of Travelers up. Tinker can now leave the top lane. He can go wherever he wants. He can combo with Sumail's Void Chronosphere incredibly well. Very scary right now. Tinker caught out of top. The snowball dodge. Crit says, no problemo. Here's Tusk. I mean, Tusk has been the hero of this tournament.
Tusk and E. Like this. Here we go.
TP in there. Already got the snowball here. Dragon Knight in the front line. The stomp is there, but DK's already dead. He thought he would be safe with a potential Shadowblade escape, but he was still underneath the tower.
Yeah, the shark kept him there, so that was a really beautiful shit lane.
Snowball in. Tiny's been initiated on Maledicted up as well. This blink is not going to get you out of this one. Here, picking up the kill, and EG have everything going their way in this game.
And as the team fight begins, it's not just about catching the Tinker, but how do you catch the Tinker and deal with Chronosphere? How do you catch the Tinker with Chronosphere backup and Snowball backup? It's just more and more problems stacked on each other.
I think the Void is, to me, the reason why EG's draft is going to look better late game. Chronosphere, one of the best spells in the late game, and the Void is not being played like an off-lane Void. He's been playing like a late game carry Void, so EG with like the extra late game influence there because of Sumail's build that he's gotten away with. With Witch Doctor they do, I'd say.
Oh, I guess the Tinker too, don't forget about that.
Oh yeah. Dragon Knight will back off, and it looks like EG are going to try and use their positioning as well as their wards to take a fight here. They go snowballing and recognizing ET dead means this tower is also dead. Tier 2 should be easy pickings for them. Siege creep even alive as well.
No farm as well. Here we go, Dragon Knight finds Sumail.
Oh, he's been walking into a sentry. He's going to get gone on it initially. Sumail in trouble. He gets bursted before he can time walk on Chrono. That's a great start to the fight for VGJ. Tiny next to the firing line, being graved up. Can he get out of this one? No TP means no easy escape for him up to the northern sphere. But has been focused down. The Metamorphosis offering a ton of damage. No Sunder available. He's silenced himself with the Mask of Madness. It doesn't matter. He's tearing them apart. Misery surviving on a sliver of health until that last bit of damage coming out from Fade. 3 dead on EG's side, all off of a great initiation under the void.
Crit has shard available, but he gets stunned and he's gonna get brought down. Crit will snowball to the low ground. He still has shard available. Excuse me, he doesn't. It's huge magic wand though. One right click, magic wand.
Still want this kill.
Okay, shard in 1 second.
Can he deny himself? No.
And that is gonna be, what, 4 kills in that engagement?
And EG had the sentry. The Dragon Knight got spotted going in.
And he even got bashed.
First.
Hey, it was gonna break the smoke.
Not the biggest loss, but should be enough to set up Roshan. Goes for the Grave TP, will get cancelled, and we'll see a dead Dazzle, which even though just a 5 position, smoked up, looking to start a fight here. Smoke pops in mid lane by Fear. He's back to the high ground as quickly as possible. It looks like Yang, even though his smoke popped, he did not have any vision any further. It was EG who had the high ground ward in the mid lane, so they immediately...
Oh, this ward's gonna see Misery, I think. Avalanche is gonna cancel that TP. Force that though, he's in a bad position, Misery. Can he drop off his cast before he dies? Ayo's gonna seal that kill with the Shadow Wave.
I don't think that's a big enough kill to get Roche here, but...
Well, they're
maybe see them try.
They have a double damage. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. EG may not know he's got this double damage. Roche is going to drop incredibly fast.
Yeah. Shard's going to check
goes in. Tinker's up top there. I think they're actually going to kill Roche fast enough, and EG not contesting it. I think the big thing is here for EG, yes, you can maybe get there in time, but do you want to fight into a DD Terrorblade with Grave backing him up? I don't think you can.
I don't think they even have vision of the Terrorblade, so I'm not sure. Somewhat ahead in these engagements, because the Tinker issue has not been solved in Chronosphere.
Yep. Saves Crit for the time being as they do bring down the... Oh, are they going to bring down the other time? The Grave is there. Fear going to pop the Exorcism as well. Sylar getting lasered up. The miss is there, and Fear charging forward with Arteezy's help brings down Yang. Couple more die for the VGJ side as Sylar has to drop the stun to get himself out of there, but Arteezy still with a decent amount of mana. Could look for the kill on Sylar, but does not want to dive further. And that's a tier 1.
That's a 10-second BKB on Sylar, essentially wasted just to survive. Rocketed down.
Well, Crit, despite the medallion pickup, has still almost completed his Blink Dagger. Unfortunately, the medallion did not lead into a Roche for them. VGJ with Aegis and Metamorph back up. They want to push. This looks likely to be a couple of towers up top. I don't know if EG want to fight this one. They've got a Chronosphere, but unless they can catch like key heroes like Dragon Knight and Dazzled and Chronosphere, they can't really take a fight very easily.
It's a bad position to take a fight.
Yep. Sylar pops the Dragon Form, looking to Shadowblade initiate here.
That's Tinker.
Behind the tower, they're tossed back. Not the ideal target they get just so in time. Do they get the stop onto the void? Okay, rooted up to fall. Snowballed in forward. Time walks back defensively. I don't think he wants to take this fight. The problem is for EG, they're losing their supports. Any chance of this fight has definitely been removed by their supports going down.
Yang is absolutely carrying his team right now. He's playing like a ninja. Blinked in first, found the Witch Doctor, so toss him right on top of DK. That's a quick kill. And then, look, if you go on Yang right here, we have the Stomp to back him up. We have Grave and Weave.
And I think Sumail similarly knows this. He sees Yang, but he's like, well, he's hugging a tier 3. I think he might have teammates behind him. Spirit constantly trying to scout. They see Terrorblade though. Okay, maybe. A risk. Okay, forced out to the high ground.
And of course, Tiny was also looking for a toss back to start the fight. It is just, it feels like it.
See if there's going to be any kind of initiation. Arteezy happy to reveal himself, throw some missiles as EG look to chip away at this tier 2 tower.
That rocket immediately gave away that there's a ward, so.
Ah, yeah, dewarded. That's not really worth it in a sense, but this feels like the stage of the game when Roshan uncontested, no punish like we talked about could happen after an exorcism.
Yeah, this is where just having Tinker in your team is 100% the reason why you got that Aegis.
Yep. Looking like it was going for it.
I see a fight here.
Yep, there's the Dire Ward, or Radiant Ward. Well, initiation blinking from Yang finds the Tusk, who gets the snowball immediately. The Terrorblade going in, looks at burst down the void and succeeds in doing so. Fear needs to be careful. He's getting a lot of damage from the Terrorblade. There's the BKB, the Earth Spirit bouncing around as well. And it does look like they're going to settle for just the one lock. Back to the south side. Sylar has found Sumail. He gets brought down now. A Terrorblade hexed up, trying to chase him down. I think Fear needs to be careful, even with Exorcism up. Still very likely
he's got
to go
the
down.
Rod of Atos. He's going to slow one down here.
No.
Crit's going to blink away due to him any more catch. Crit is going to TP out safely.
Oh, they caught a glimpse of him, but
yeah.
Tiny for Void. They fought into an Aegis, killed Sumail twice. Terrorblade is just so scary with that metamorphosis, and on fighting, they do find the Elder Titan here. Take the Arcane.
He's got the Force Staff.
Yep. That's where the Ice Shards can kind of work against you, but he still gets brought down thanks to a force in by EG, and now the Ice Shards coming out once again. Sylar's trapped on the wrong side of him. He's got no BKB for another second. Pops it now. No, could use the Dragon Ball. Made a
Look at the damage!
Whoa! That's Bloodthorn.
Yeah, just 3 shots in. His BKB though is running out.
Oh,
nice defensive Force Staff. The Snowball's coming in. That might just be a free kill. No, he blinks out. Crit. Just too fast. Now Yang is on the chase.
Uh-oh, got him with the Yules. Where's the backup? Tossed back into a reflection. Arteezy comes in. 3-man laser. He could be in trouble. The BKB from Terrorblade there. The Chronosphere as well. TB not caught inside with the lasers there. Brave will save the Tiny. Keeps himself alive. Can they bring him down with the Spirit Siphon? They will. EG take out 2. Looking for the TP. Oh, they're going to get him. He's dead. No Sunder from the Terrorblade.
Sylar.
As he goes down. Fear invis up. Sylar will get the first kill. Can he find more? Gets the stun on Sumail. The Lincolns was not up. Sylar though still needs to get out. Has the Bloodborne in a couple of seconds. Can he get Sumail? Not sure he wants to turn and fight. He's so goddamn slow. He can't move. Crit's there as well. Can't get the Lincolns. He gets the silence out. Oh no, Sumail! He may be dead. He's silenced. The Bloodborne will finish him off.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Back and forth they go, and Sylar, he's the last dragon standing. They're gonna push mid lane. I don't think they have enough damage to take the Roshan, but they sure will have enough to take at least the tier 2. But look at Tinker. Tinker's already cutting waves up top, so you gotta make a decision.
That fight started so well for EG, and it looked like, I mean, they killed the Terror, but it looked like the Dragonet could go down, but the Tinker kind of disappeared from the fight, as you, at some point you have to, because you run out of mana.
Yeah.
I think that was the point where Sumail's like, well, I can keep on chasing, and I eventually will kill him, right? My Tinker, I got a Tinker alive, but
It has a ward, and that ward might make all the difference.
Stop.
What a chrono!
Okay, there's a weave coming in as well. He's got a crate. He can save his life if he needs to, but the Dazzle can't really get into this fight too well. Sylar's going to turn, take out the boy. He wants more. He's got the BKB up. Yang getting chipped away by the Tinker. Tinker on the high ground doing some good damage. Tiny goes chasing for it, but he needs to be careful. Arteezy gets the Hex, brings down the Tiny. It's TB, meanwhile, on his own.
It's a 2-for-1 engagement. Crit is on the chase. But look at the damage from Freeze.
Has a snowball, but he's silenced up. Dragonite and TB, the 2 main carries for VGJ, are still alive.
They checked the Roshan. It's not up just yet.
Oh
Unlucky
my.
for EG. I'm sure they would have want that refresher shard. Would have really made all the difference. I mean, imagine having a second Chronosphere or an Exorcism in these engagements.
This is definitely a game where refresher shard will be game-changing for either team.
Or walking up a hill. He's really on his own.
Yep, needs to be careful. Doesn't have the Dragon form for a little bit as well. Level 25's approaching for him. Did get the double regen armor at level 20 on Dragonite, as has kind of become mostly customary. Need crazy level lane. Sylar's invis up. He's got the Arcane Rune. Pops his ulti form, knowing that. And EG looking to just hold the top side of the Roshan pit. They've got great vision in this dire jungle, and this is just an area that VGJ cannot enter without a smoke.
And also the waves are fairly pushed in, surprisingly for Thunder, so with Roshan spawning very soon,
they'll continue to stay on EG's side. They want to make sure that they're in a position to not let EG get this Roshan. This Rosh fight and potential refresher is the game right now.
the tension right now, I feel it.
And as you said, these lanes being pushed out. I think Tinker perhaps too afraid to go back and defend, worried about DK or Elder Titan catching him out.
Also, if your Tinker is just not in the fight could be over before your Tinker even ports back in it, because it feels like these fights are being decided very rapidly.
I mean, I feel like these teams forgot which side they're on. Like, EG, are you guys done?
Gotta be helpful, right, in this occasion.
Oh, Yang. Gets hexed up, he's been initiated on. Force up away.
Oh no! Misses the Chronosphere. This is disastrous for EG. They need to rely on the Tinker now to deal damage. Both BKBs being used. Misery game burst down by the Terrorblade. Full retreat for EG. They cannot fight. Fear just wants to get out and save his ultimate, but he's being chased. He's got no mobility here. The Yule's giving him some movement. Being used for the TP. Where's the stun? Fear gets hit by the Dragon Tail. Brought down, 3 dead. Roshan belongs to VG Gaming. Should they so choose to go for it?
Yeah, they need to worry about the waves first. You can see immediately Dazzle ports back up top, defending himself against the 2 siege units.
Tinker kill him potentially if he wants to go for it.
I think so. Well, if he has enough mana.
They're not going for Roche. They're going for the base, Lumi. You could get. I feel like Roche is bigger than like one lane of Rax, but if you can win the game off of this push, then yeah, definitely worth it.
Given how important the creep wave is, and maybe the Raxes are more important, but it's going to be a tough push. They just don't have a creep wave, so backdoor protection now being...
They want Tinker, they're going to get the Tusk instead, toss him back. Snowball was used. Gonna get the blink out, great plays from Crit, just buying time for his team. Sylar even BKBs for this.
And because VGJ Thunder went for the tower, they're not getting anything, and they might not even get Roshan. VGJ needs to get back right now.
We talked about the late game decision making yesterday with VGJ and how it kind of led to EG's comeback. This feels like one of those moments. Roshan should have been... Also, I mean, you want that gap closing item to make sure that you're close enough to use Metamorph and kill people. Avoid get stunned, you want to be able to burst him down.
So that's Refresher Shard on Terrorblade. That is 2 BKB and 2 Metamorph, and of course 2 Sunder.
See how he uses it, because it's very awkward right now with his... I guess the Mask of Madness can be dropped, but it is definitely a slot-limited Terrorblade.
With 1 barrage of Laser Rocket Dagon, that's half of Freeze's HP.
Yep. Easy. Playing around the trees up top, trying to be as pesky as possible.
Initiated, and that Aegis is going to be super helpful here.
Yep. He's been going on here. That Hex Blast so little. The Chronosphere from Sumail, this time catching a couple. Nicely played, will bring down the tiny Aegis. Ayo could not get the Grave off. He got caught in the trees with it, but it looks like VGJ want to turn and fight for the DK. He's been hexed, he's been disabled, but he gets the BKB off with the help of the Lotus Law. Goes in on Fear, they want to burst down the ult. Snowball will save him, goes on the ET as well, will bring him down. Fear though still getting bursted by the Terrorblade Dragon Knight. The damage output is just too much. The toss in as well. It's coming from above. Sylar brings him down. What
Tinker.
A team fight from VGJ.
All Arteezy could do just stay really far away, because he understands if he gets caught by the Blink Dagger of Freeze, he is donezo. And now with that team fight victory, with the help of Aegis on Yang, they're going to come roaring in. This could be 2 to 3 lanes of Rax.
Yeah, you can see it in the team fight recap. Tinker doing good damage, but not able to really finish anyone off. Buyback from Witch Doctor.
Where's that creep wave, man?
DK gets given the Refresher Shard. Sylar perhaps looking for a second Dragon Form here. Not the carry I would have expected. May change their mind soon, but perhaps could catch them by surprise. I think TB was just like, I don't have the slots for this thing. I got too many items to juggle. It's too complicated.
And honestly, he is probably...
I use it. There we go. Passes it over, has the Metamorph now. He just didn't want to carry. He's got his pack mule, which is Sylar.
And against Sumail, he is the central piece here. Chrono down for 20 more seconds.
He went for the Metamorph range. That actually explains a lot. I was like, watching that fight, like, how is this DB attacking? But Metamorph range against the Chrono and against Dragon Knight, they're charging forward. They saw Crit go up to the cliff. They want to take a fight. Yeah, he could be done for. Arteezy needs to be careful as well. Does not have Blink, but the Spirit will not catch up to him just yet. Sylar, though, is looking for him. Not going to chase onto the high ground. Aegis, Cheese, Refreshes all being used up, so talk about how that Roshan could be a game-deciding factor. It wasn't, which means next Roshan will be, right? That's... And these late-game moves, whoa, Hex, they've caught Dragon Knight, 2-man crew, Ayo has he got the break, throws it out, will keep Sylar alive, but he needs to get the Satanic off. Can he BKB? He's been perma-Hex, no chance to BKB, no chance to Satanic. Yang is next, trapped in by the Ice Shot, nice Earth Splitter, but it's Arteezy, cleaning them off. EG runner train through VGJ Thunder, getting a couple of kills, and Lumi, no buyback on Dragon Knight. He committed for the Satanic. EG do not know that is probably the more important
They will
thing.
run down mid and force it out, that is for sure. But here's the thing, I'm not sure how much they could get here.
And one lane of Brax is not a game-deciding amount of damage at this point. Tiny will buy back, which may be enough to deter the push. I think at this point you see one buyback and you're like, well, we don't want to get tossed in and see another buyback. If they knew 100% there was no DK buyback, they could go for that, but they don't. They don't have that information that we have.
And 5. Yeah. Sumail's gonna just walk in on the bottom side.
Wants to force TPs more than anything, I feel. And I mean, yeah, to get a rack's great, but surely VGJ don't just give this up for free.
I mean, that is a tier 3 tower, which would open up the shrines, but right now, VG's just gonna run down mid, says we're gonna get your tier 3s first.
They've had enough, it seems. In some sense, both teams going for the tier 3 tower. Sumail gets one, meanwhile mid lane. Dragon Knight should be able to get another, but he's being lasered up. The Lotus Orb will get rid of it. Will Sylar be able to finish him off? TP back from the Void. Can he set up a Chronosphere? Sumail has the Ag Scepter. This is a much... Tiny has no buyback. Freeze is on the high ground here. He's going to pop it. Finds Misery. What's the play here? Blink in, time walk out from Sumail. He managed to maybe blink on the high ground and get some vision. He may have gone for a chrono.
Another play that EG can make is just force a fight under the Thunder base with Exorcism. These fights have been dragging on now, and I do believe Fair's ultimate could just take down Rax.
I mean, he has an Arcane Rune. He may want to just consider that, but
yeah.
I think the other danger is, we talked about this earlier,
True efficiency play.
This is the hero without buyback. They look to burst him down. Grave is there. Yang, can he get out of this one? He's going to yield himself up, but I don't think there's an escape for him. He's been brought down. Dead for 100+ seconds here. They get to sleep on the Fear, who does pop the Ghost Scepter. Saves himself from the Terrorblade. Not so lucky is the Void. That's Sumail dead. Potentially problematic situation for Misery as well. Buyback from the Void. He's going to have a Chronosphere soon. The cast still bouncing around, and Misery somehow survived through it all, but will finally get caught out by Sylar. I think Sumail just knew he was going to have to buy back regardless. Even though he doesn't get to come and team fight crit. Snowball forward. Can he get the blink away? We've seen this time and time again. Doesn't get the blink to the high ground. They get the Hex coming out here. They want to bring down Terrorblade. Can they do it? Sylar though, instead he gets the Sun on Fear. Can they burst down the old man?
Sunder!
Lincoln's up. He gets the Sunder out. Arteezy. He's dead. With buyback, he may not want to use it. The buybacks are going to come in pouring from EG. They do want to go for it. They want to try and end this game. They know. No Dragon Form. No Metamorph.
They have
Can
Chrono.
close this one? It's back up. Sumail doesn't need it for the Dragon Knight. Will burst him down. Okay. Not sure there's an escape. They're going to leave him for dead, I believe. They chase. They want more. The Grave will not change the fate of the Dragon Knight.
Well, EG has spent multiple buybacks, but the most important thing is, yeah, they're going to get Roshan. The Aghanim Scepter for Sumail actually was literally fight winning in that engagement. If they didn't have that second Chronosphere, there was no way that EG would have been able to buy back, take that fight.
Well, he's got a refresher now, so he's going to have double Chronosphere instantly. Interesting they give Arteezy the age of, I was about to say, yeah. Sumail doesn't have buyback, but Arteezy doesn't as well. And that's the other reason you buy back, to get Roshan. In these late game scenarios, you get... But it does give him 2 lives where he has Metamorph for
right
both.
now. They're smoking up to high ground without any vision. This is looking bad.
Yep. EG, will they pop this crit? Has the ward, he pops it too. Dire Ward drop, they still catch crit though. The Aeon Disc will save his life for now. Sylar pops the BKB. Sumail is there. Good chrono. Does he want to go for this one? The Snowball buying some time here. Fear on the north side, zoning out Yang. Time walk out. EG disengaged. Dragon Form was used, as was Metamorph.
And so is Sylar's BKB. They've used a ton of cooldown here.
EG themselves did use Exorcism, to be fair. I think not just about the VGJ cooldowns.
I think Thunder might need to just engage in again, because they need these cooldown.
Yeah. Here come EG. Do they look to go for this one? Arteezy can frontline with an Aegis to a certain extent. Witch Doctor positioned even further back, maintaining the vision for his team, knowing there's no dire wards. He just dewarded it. VGJ are surely out of smokes after that one.
60.
Now there's 100 seconds before Metamorph. Can he buy it? He's 200 short to have it buyback and refresher.
Yeah. He'll get it right now.
Yeah, he can sell his quarterstaff as well if he really wants to be safe. Speaking of crazy late game Lumi, Octarine Tiny for 3.75 second avalanche to influential. Earth Splitter cooldown on 25 for 18. Okay. Blink on out. Chronosphere catches out too. There is a Grave if they need it. Ayo's on the outside of this one. I don't know if EG want to commit. Sylar charging forward. looking for stuns. It gets lingered off, but Sumail still in trouble. He gets the time walk out of there. Tinker zoning away VGJ, and again we see VGJ pop all their BKBs, their big spells, and not kill anyone. EG completely destroyed the fight, but again also Exorcism was used, so even if EG want to go push, their primary building damage has been used.
Normally I say that's a big victory for VGJ, or for EG, excuse me, but don't forget that they still have Refresher Orb on Freeze, or Sumail rather.
Oh, he's okay! Sumail into a pack of walls. VGJ Thunder will take him out, and that Void does not have buyback for 50 seconds, but 50 seconds feels like enough breathing room for EG to keep these lanes pushed out. Tinker definitely excelling in that area. Crit at mid. Okay, he almost gets caught by Yang. That's why you're just going to trust the Dazzle, I think.
Yeah.
Trust that Dazzle will get Graves off, and same for the Tiny, getting the Lotus Orb against the Tinker Hex, so you can at least echo the Hex and stop the Chain Hex from happening. He's going to preemptively use that Lotus Orb as you need to against the Tinker.
Arteezy's BKB.
Yeah, he's able to just hold his ground and fight. Forces VGJ back, and no
Sylar
back so far. Okay, there's the Grave. Dragonite getting low. Pops the Satanic. He's going to heal up some creeps. Gets him back very healthy.
That's a lot of cooldowns used, though.
They really want to force this buyback, and EG really do not want to use it. I think it's worth giving up. One lane of Rex is not a big deal.
It really is.
You can hold that buyback.
Freeze blinks forward, but now he gets hexed up here. Sylar now blinks forward as well. They're going to try to get a kill. Misery, though, he's in Biz. He's going to get control, but Misery is still fine right now. He turns around and starts dropping some spells. Arteezy on the back line, just letting it rip. But now Sylar goes in. Arteezy! Blown out!
Okay, they're going to turn this one around, Luby. And again, saving some life, but not enough. The Tinker has to buy back. The Void really does not want to use it. He's trying to hold on to a TB. With his BKB being popped, going to turn and fight. Fear in the front lines. Goes Scepters up. He wants to sand his ground. He wants to do some damage with his Exorcism.
Freeze is being controlled.
Full stuff gets TB from the low ground. Can he get the Thunder off? He gets back to safety, but now TB brought down VGJ. Sumail's there. Chronosphere catches 3. It's going to destroy VGJ.
Massive buyback coming out here from VGJ Thunder for the fight's win. Meanwhile, Freeze has ported to the mid lane to actually destroy the Rax. Can he actually make it out alive? That's a question.
They're looking for him.
Uh-oh. They're catching up. Does he get vision? One more blink is all he needs. He gets the Rex. Where's the support from Thunder? They need to back him up.
They saw the buyback. There's a Chronosphere again. They're going to get this kill, Luby. TB.
Wait. He's still alive.
Okay.
Yes, Thunder.
Thunder the Tiny. Keeps himself alive, but Tiny not going to be so lucky. This does not look good for VGJ. They get the Avalanche out of a couple. Sylar on the front lines of Dragon Ball for a couple of seconds. Terrorblade doing what he can to turn this, but it's not manageable. He kills Sumail. This game not over yet, Lumi. TB, he wants more. He wants fear. Buyback coming in from the Void and EG.
Oh! All right, now everybody disengage. Meanwhile, it looks like the creeps have taken the bot Rax. We are still even. Both teams down 1 Rax. Nobody has buybacks. Except Fear. Oh my god, this game is absolutely crazy. Roshan is doing a very good job defending himself. The Bastions are real right now, and that's going to force Fear to actually use his ultimate.
I think you're happy about that if you're VGJ. You know there's going to be some breathing room after this Roshan where they're not going to come push and try and fight you. Roshan goes down. Aegis on Sumail. He's one of the missing buybacks on EG's side. Cheese in the Death Prophet backpack and Refresher Shard in Sumail's backpack. Gets the Refresher Shard into his items here. May want to go in. Has a double damage. He's eyeing off a fight. The Refresher Shard on cooldown. Who knew this item even had a cooldown? I did not.
What is the cooldown on Shard?
Refresher Shard. 200-second cooldown. You can't stack them.
200-second cooldown, yeah?
The more you know. Smoke up. VGJ want to play the aggressors. They get the scan. They clip Sumail. Have an idea of where EG is. They're going to see more here in the mid lane. Here comes the approach from behind. Crit has the Aeon Disc. Not the ideal target to go for. Crowd knows something is amiss. The Radiant scan, it clipped them. They don't know exactly where VGJ are, but they have an idea. They're behind. They immediately run. Let's go to the high ground. Let's get to safety. This is our safe hill. We will defend and be kings of the hill if we have to.
Go back to the hill.
Sylar's running right into the Fritz there. He blinks away. Sylar heads up now. Tiny gets Chronos with the Dragon Knight. Not looking good. The Earthsplit are coming as well. The second Chrono catches out 3 this time. Gonna time walk in. Go for the other time. Take out those stuns. Heads up on the Dragon Knight. He can't do a whole lot. It's TP trying to bring down Fear, but the Ghost Scepter saving his life. Sylar, meanwhile, takes out the Tusk. Tinker is dead without a buyback. Fear, Lotus orbed up. He's on full retreat. Can't really be kept up with for now. TP out. Will he make it?
Stun!
No! He gets out of there. The stun was too late, and the Lincoln Sphere blocks it. Needed something to break the Lincolns as well as the stun.
Yeah, the Bloodthorn was on cooldown for that engagement. As nice of these Chronospheres are, he's not catching the most important person, which is Freeze. The Chronosphere control both Dragon Knight and Tiny, but Freeze just went straight on Arteezy and just killed him in like 3 shots.
Yeah.
Top lane though, they're looking for the Dazzle gank. They're ganking Dazzle. Dazzle blinks away.
Definitely a hero worth. He's the one keeping top push who's going to boots to travel into these fights.
Oh, they're just going for it now.
They've got DD of all the time, 72 minutes in. Terrorblade, Metamorph, double damage. Once the tier 4s, Tinker has no buyback for 2 minutes. They want to end this game. They can ignore the heroes. Where's the Chrono? It's on cooldown looming. 40 seconds without. Sumail cannot defend this. It looks like VGJ will take out the tier 4 towers. Aegis is pop. They're going for the throne. They're going for the GG. Evil geniuses. What have they got left? I don't think it's enough to bring down Freeze. He gets it beneath the thunder. He ends it. Throne goes down. And EG are defeated in game 2.
This is